Hello there, my name is Dr. Travis Svensson, and I'm the instructor for Medical Assisting 4, the last course in the California Certificate in Proficiency for Medical Assisting. In this last module for this fourth course, the task is to upload a clinical log. Your clinical log is going to be your documentation of on-the-job training and experience. So in your clinical log, you'll document 135 to 160 hours of on-the-job training or 135 to 160 hours in an externship. You may include in your clinical hours any time spent in the simulation lab if your clinical site or workplace offers a simulation lab. The clinical log, in addition to documenting the hours, you're also going to have feedback from your clinical supervisor, and you'll also provide feedback to the clinical site where you completed your on-the-job training or where you completed your externship. In terms of feedback from your clinical supervisor, you're going to be evaluated in terms of performance, attitude, initiative, neatness, and patient-staff relations. When considering your performance during your externship or on-the-job training, it's important not to have the idea that you're going to be the best medical assistant in the clinic, but that your performance is safe and competent and meets the community standards. It's okay to make a mistake. What's more important is that you know that you've made a mistake, you correct the mistake, and you do it in a professional manner. So you don't have to get every single blood draw on the first attempt, but you do have to provide safe care. And that's what you're looking for in terms of performance. Is the care safe and does it meet the community standards for an entry-level clinical or administrative medical assistant? Your attitude should reflect your enthusiasm for the profession and your enthusiasm for patient care. So your attitude is going to be evaluated in terms of your approach to your patients, including all patients across the lifespan. Or is your attitude appropriate with children, with adults, with geriatrics? Do you have an appropriate attitude for special needs patients? Is your attitude able to uplift the clinic? You're also going to be evaluated in terms of your attitude towards your coworkers and your attitude towards your ability to accept supervision and direction from your clinical supervisor. In the clinic setting, you're going to be assigned multiple tasks throughout the day. You may actually be answering to multiple clinicians that you're supporting at one time. You may also be answering to a clinical supervisor who's assigning tasks. So do you approach your role with a positive attitude? Initiative. You're also going to be evaluated on your initiative. And by initiative, we mean your ability to anticipate the needs of your patients, the needs of the clinicians that you're supporting, and the needs of your coworkers and your supervisor. Can you anticipate those needs and act on them without having to be asked or redirected? Do you require supervision intently because you'll do nothing if you're not being asked to do something? Or are you able to take the initiative to know that as part of the clinical team, you're responsible for making sure that everything runs smoothly? And that means not waiting until you're asked to do something, but doing the next right thing for your patient and the next right thing for your clinician, and not waiting to be told. Neatness. In consideration of neatness, you're going to be evaluated in terms of your personal dress and professional appearance. You should dress as professional as the clinician you are supervising. Some work sites have uniforms designated for the medical assistants. In some settings, medical assistants wear lab coats. In other settings, they wear scrubs. In other settings, they wear street clothes. Whatever the standard for your clinic setting, you should maintain a professional appearance. If you're wearing scrubs, they should be clean and they should look new. They should not be dirty and worn. If you do soil your scrubs during the workday, take a break and take the opportunity to change them. You're also going to be evaluated in terms of the neatness of your workspace and the exam rooms that you're responsible for. Are they organized and neat throughout the day? Is your workspace neat and organized? Are your notes, your chart notes, and the notes that you share with your co-workers neat, well organized, legible? Lastly, you're going to be evaluated on staff and patient relations. Do you get along with your patients, your co-workers, the clinicians that you're supporting, and your immediate supervisor who's assigning tasks? Are you able to interact professionally, cooperatively, and when there are conflicts or problems, are you able to handle those conflicts professionally and resolve them professionally with clear, effective communication that isn't emotionally charged? Particularly negative emotions are often brought in by patients. Can you help the team to dissipate the negative emotions the patients arrive with and have them meet their clinician in a more positive attitude? That's the mark of a good team member with good patient and staff relation skills. So, your clinical log documents your hours, the dates and times when you showed up for clinical experience, either on the workplace under direct supervision or in an externship under direct supervision. Your clinical log is going to have feedback from your clinical supervisor, and it's also going to be an opportunity for you to provide feedback for the staff or clinical site that you're working at. The log needs to be submitted at the end of this course and is a firm requirement to graduate to complete this course and to graduate from the certificate as a California medical assistant. Good luck.